Hello everyone, I'm Max and today I'm here to maximize your fear. So far, 2024 has been a year filled with many strange things caught on trail cams. From weird unidentified creatures to killers and to many other unexplainable phenomena. So today I decided to highlight some of the most chilling and downright horrifying creatures caught on trail cameras this year. So grab your maximum fear coffee mugs and allow your fear to be maximized as we recap the scariest trail camera clips of 2024 mega compilation. This disturbing and very exclusive trail camera capture has only been seen by around 200 people, and it was just uploaded on August 19th, 2024. The caption reads, "My dad captured this picture on his trail camera at a cabin in Wisconsin. Ghosts?" What looks to be a man on the left is dressed head to toe in white, along with a few other women figures to the right. They're all dressed in white gowns and seem to have ghostly appearances. Zooming in closer, their facial features are barely seen, but we can make out downright demonic-looking faces. One of them even appears to be headless. Considering the trail cam is set up in a very remote area in the wilderness in Wisconsin, this would be almost impossible to be a human, especially because it was taken in the dead of night. Usually with picture-taking trail cameras, they'll snap a burst of photos. But this one here only snapped one, only adding to the mysterious encounter. Some people theorized if they're not ghostly spirits, they could be cult members, gathering in this remote area far away from any civilization. Regardless of which theory is correct, it's clear to us that something sinister is going on here. Something we definitely weren't meant to see, but thankfully, because of this trail camera, we saw it. Here is another exclusive and downright unsettling trail cam video. It was originally highlighted towards the beginning of the year. A trail camera is facing towards a murky river to film the wildlife that roams the area. But extremely late this night it was set off, and what it captured will send chills down your spine. First, a tall, dark creature with red, piercing eyes emerges from beneath. It rises up and just stands there for about 10 seconds. Then it lowers itself and sinks back below the murky water. Then from here, a human arises. He seems disoriented, but he turns and walks away out of the water. It seems this trail camera captured a shape-shifting creature, changing forms into a human. The most common spirit associated with shape-shifting is the skinwalker, the supposed evil entity that takes on forms of wildlife and humans to try to blend in and disguise itself. By doing so, they can trick and manipulate their prey pretty easily, only to reveal their true form later on when it's too late. So what do you guys think about this one? Did this trail camera really catch a skinwalker's shape-shifting? Let me know in the comments down below. The following very convincing Bigfoot evidence comes from a man named Adam Garrett. He submitted his evidence to Rocky Mountain Sasquatch, a group dedicated to gathering evidence of Bigfoots and other cryptids from around the world. They then posted it on August 3rd, 2024. Adam Garrett lives in Habersham County, Georgia, and this is where his game camera was posted on his camping ground there. The photo is compelling. Trail cameras have what's called motion blur when a subject is moving quickly through the shot. That's why this Sasquatch here appears slightly blurry, because it's moving quickly. We can tell it's freakishly huge, towering taller than the camper. RMS states that when we zoom in and take a closer look at its face, it doesn't have a gorilla face or nose. It looks like a mix between a human and a gorilla. A very distinct look, a look often compared to that of the Sasquatch. Some very convincing evidence, to say the least. Let's take a look at a trail cam video that's been creeping people out. The video was captured at 4:30 in the morning in early March of 2023. The video appears ordinary at first, but then we see it. A pair of bright glowing eyes appear and they move around abnormally. At times they seem to be very high off the ground, so it looks like a tall creature. Then, out of nowhere, a strange orb-like object appears right in front of the camera. It sits there for a few seconds. Then something covers up the camera. Because it covers it up, we can't see what it is, but whatever it is, it's pretty elusive, considering it was able to stay out of the direct camera view the whole time and remain hidden in the darkness. This snapshot here was also taken. It seems to show an overexposed photo of something with straggly fur. The only evidence we're left with is the abnormal eye shine, the strange orb, the close-up photo, and the sound of it walking through the rocks. As I stated, there's not enough evidence to 100% confirm what this was. However, many commenters jumped to the conclusion that it was a cryptid creature, specifically a dogman, the supposed half-dog, half-human hybrid that resides in the deep woods. Regardless of what you believe, it's still a pretty cool and mysterious piece of evidence. A hiker was out hiking one day when he stumbled upon something that no one would ever think they would stumble upon. The man was an experienced outdoorsman and he's seen a lot of crazy stuff in the wild. But what he saw this day not only shocked him, but scarred him for life. The disturbing scene was documented with his phone.
Where was that? Jesus.
The grisly scene is downright disturbing. What looks to be the corpse of a baby Sasquatch is seen. It looks extremely realistic, and the hiker swears it's the real deal. The face seems to be slightly decomposing, but we can still see what it looks like. It has a massive and very veiny stomach with less fur in that area. And it has slender legs and arms. The detail on this creature is crazy. If this is somehow a prop just used for a hoax, this is some crazy work that would be almost impossible to create. It's unknown if authorities were called to retrieve the body and do tests on it, but I'm sure authorities wouldn't even want us to know about it, so they could have easily covered it up and kept the information hidden. But I'll keep you all updated if more information is released. Not much context was provided behind this one, but it's one of the scariest creature videos you'll ever see. A solo urban explorer was reportedly exploring a remote and abandoned property very late at night. Something extremely dangerous that nobody should ever do, because who knows who and what are lurking out there. The man enters the abandoned property and not long after begins to hear something approaching the open window. It gets right up to the window and peeks its head around and lunges towards the man. man was so shocked and petrified that he ran for his life through this abandoned house. He eventually made his way up to the attic where he sat in silence, just hoping whatever this creature was wouldn't find him. But then he hears the otherworldly footsteps of this terrifying being getting closer and closer and closer, and then it begins to slowly climb up the ladder. It first reaches its hand up, and then it peeks its head up and looks into the man's soul with its dark, sunken eyes. The video cuts off here. It's unknown what happened to the man prior to the video, but it seems he survived, as he was able to upload this video to the internet. The creature in the video looks exactly like the infamous cryptid creature, the Rake. The Rake is a pale, emaciated, and elongated creature. It has a completely otherworldly look, similar to that of an alien. The grotesque face isn't even the most unsettling part. It's its abnormally skinny build and extremely long, sharp claws. Claws that are said to be able to rip its prey to shreds. But if this creature really exists, we don't know, because it hasn't yet been classified by science. But hundreds, if not thousands, of videos and other evidence of this creature is out there, making many believe it truly does exist. The following disturbing trail camera captures were taken on July 6th, 2024. They were then released 2 days later. They were taken by a man's stealth cam trail camera somewhere in North America. The state or city was not listed. A man by the name of Robert Lowell owns the trail camera and states that it was placed on a remote property 12 miles from the nearest town. The trail camera snapped 2 photos this night. The first one shows a pale humanoid creature right on the edge of the shot. We can tell the being was running because of the motion blur. But the second photo is what has everyone talking. Here we can get a great look at the creature. It seems to have a disproportionately large head, a common characteristic of an alien or extraterrestrial being. And it's pale and naked, and also rather skinny. It looks shorter than the average person. But the story doesn't end here. Roberts has another trail camera set up in this location, and it captured a different angle of this supposed creature. It looks downright unsettling. Skeptics are trying to cover this one up by saying that it's just a human, but what human looks like this? Pale white skin, a round bulging head, an emaciated figure. It just looks too extraterrestrial to be a human. Also, the fact that it's located 12 miles away from any civilization makes it almost impossible to be a person. Robert swears up and down that these are legit photos, and he's terrified and has no clue what truly lurks out there on the remote land. This here is one of the most convincing Bigfoot encounters ever. In order for you to truly understand how convincing this footage is, I have to tell you the whole story. A couple were in Port Renfrew, a small town in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, specifically on Vancouver Island, when they would have this encounter that they couldn't explain. The man states that this was he and his wife Wendy's first trip out there to that area in Port Renfrew. But as they were driving along, they found a spot that intrigued them. The man recalls that off the sides of the roads there were lots of streams and rivers, and it was very scenic. This intrigued Wendy, and she said, "Hey, we should go out for a hike by one of those streams." So that's what they did. They parked their car and began their quick hike, and were even able to cross over one of the streams because of how low the water levels were. After they crossed this stream, they recalled seeing a small trail that looked to be a deer trail. Being the adventurers they were, they followed the trail that led back into the deep forest. They made their way back, and not long after began hearing branches breaking and movement coming from the trees behind. They looked over and expected to see maybe a deer or even a bear, but instead, this is what they saw. The wife spots it first. She looked at her husband with her finger to her lip to indicate him to be quiet, and she pointed in the direction of the beast. About 200 feet from them is a massive, unidentified creature. It has lightish colored fur and it has extremely broad shoulders. It seems it's trying to hide in the brush. Even though we can only see the top right portion of the creature, we can tell it's something massive and not any animal we know of. The couple recalls they first thought it was a bear, but realized it was more bipedal. And it also had way lighter fur than the black bears in the area. And it also had a cone-shaped head. They also later stated that the area near the creature had a musty smell to it. Definitely some convincing evidence. The couple doesn't know what it was, but their best guess is Bigfoot. What do you guys think about this one? This absolutely terrifying clip was highlighted on July 13th, 2024. Lots of mystery surrounds the clip. It's unknown where exactly it was taken, but what we do know is it was taken in the deep woods by a trail camera, miles from civilization. Take a look. Behind a tree lurks a pale humanoid creature. It just stands there staring at the camera, emitting some downright unsettling noises. Noises that sound very otherworldly. Taking a closer look at the being, it's very skinny. It has dark sunken eyes and a large head. Commenters immediately pointed out that this supposed creature here resembles the cryptid creature, the rake. The rake looks like this. We can see they practically look identical. Why are people having encounters with this same creature around the world? The legend states that this creature comes out to hunt at night. It's extremely fast with freakishly sharp claws, and it's known to make weird otherworldly noises that can be heard throughout the night. So is this trail camera video here a real video of the creature, the rake? Or is it somehow just a hoax? Taking a look at some of the clearest and closest footage of Bigfoot ever. An explorer and a renowned researcher was out in the woods with his camera. He was out in a specific area that was infamous for being a supposed Bigfoot hotspot. He explored and looked around the area for some time until eventually something within the fallen vegetation caught his eye. He has a hard time getting his camera to focus at first. But it finally focuses and we get extremely clear footage of this creature's face. It's gorilla-like, but human-like at the same time. The video is so clear that we can make out every single detail of its face. From its defined forehead wrinkles and skin to its blinking eyes and huge nose. We can tell it's not a gorilla because gorillas have fur that starts very low on its forehead like this one here, and this creature here doesn't. And there's something about its eyes that just seem human-like. The researcher is adamant that this here is 100% real footage, and that he believes it truly was the elusive Bigfoot. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments down below. Taking a look at a short clip that's freaking the internet out. The video comes with no sound, only adding to the mystery of the encounter. Apparently, on this night, a family was being terrorized by an extraterrestrial being. Strange things began to happen, so the man began filming. And that's when the being showed itself. A pale, alien-looking creature peers through the sliding glass door from outside. It just stares at the man standing almost still. Slowing the footage down and taking a closer look, its head is huge and round, and its eyes are dark. It has a slender body, but we can tell it's rather short because it only reaches up to about the same height as the handle on the door. So it's estimated at around 3 feet. Definitely some very strange and eerie footage. Not enough information is given behind this one to confirm it's real, but many think it is, and no matter what, it's a scary piece of footage. This brand new video was just released on August 9th, 2024. A couple were hiking through the South Chilcotin Mountains in British Columbia, Canada. The area is extremely vast and remote, as you can easily tell by the video. But anyways, as they were far out into the woods, the girl spotted a huge wolf in the distance. And when I say huge, I mean excessively huge. Take a look.
I'm on the video. Holy crap. Oh my god. There he is. God, it's incredible. That's for sure a grizz, right?
That's moving like a wolf.
Really?
I don't think you guys understand the size of this wolf. If they can see it this good and it looks this big from this far away, this animal has to be freakishly huge. I mean, look at it compared to the trees. You can even see its long legs and everything from this far. The couple is baffled and taken aback by the creature. The woman even mistakes it for a grizzly bear. That's how freaking big this thing was. And why was it out alone and not in a pack? Maybe there could be giant mutated wolves out there in the park. Wolves that we couldn't even fathom the size of. Definitely a scary but very cool video. This here is one of my favorite Bigfoot captures. It comes from All Outdoor TV on YouTube. It's one of my favorites because it's extremely believable and unique. This camera here was set up for one sole reason and that reason only. To monitor this nest of eagles. But this day it would inadvertently capture what certainly looks to be a Sasquatch, walking around down on the forest floor below. The zoom in feature here gives us a way better look, but keep an eye on the upper right side too to see the real-time footage. But we can see the creature definitely has the build of a Bigfoot. It's extremely dark, it has human-like strides, it has broad shoulders, a dome-shaped head, a wide stature. I mean, this is some pretty convincing footage. Also, pay attention to how quickly it leaps and makes its way down the steep slope. It almost maneuvers effortlessly in a way a human probably couldn't. What's convincing people the most is that this camera was obviously just there to film that eagle nest. It wasn't like they were trying to find Bigfoot or anything, so it seems this time Bigfoot found them. The following disturbing dashcam video comes from near Sundance, Utah. A man and a woman were going for a drive on the Alpine Loop to go and watch the sunset. After watching the beautiful sunset in the area, they were making their way home. But when driving by a specific stretch of dark and dense woods, they did a double take, swearing they had seen something hiding in the woods. Something huge and dark.
Yeah, that's like right here, right around this corner, I think. Like right here somewhere. Oh, like right there, stop, back up. It was right there, I just saw it. Gosh. Watch out, you're like going off the road.
As they circled back around, their suspicions were confirmed. A Bigfoot-like creature seems to be hiding by a tree. Initially, people shrugged it off as just being a bear, but look closer. When we slow the footage down, we can see this creature is far more human-shaped than a bear, and it has a whitish-colored face. It has broad, human-like shoulders and a dome-shaped head, nothing like that of a bear's. The couples are convinced they saw Bigfoot that night, and so are viewers. Also, Utah is certainly not home to any monkeys or gorillas or any animals like that. In fact, the whole US isn't home to these animals, debunking all those theories as well. So what do you guys think about this one? Is it legit? Let me know in the comments down below. The uploader of this video states that the dashcam video comes from China. He says he was driving through the city when suddenly the weather began to change. What once was a sunny day was now overcast with storms rolling in, only adding to the eerie setting of the capture. But anyways, as he drove along, his dashcam picked up something alarming in the sky. We can see what looks like a giant bird flying through the sky, bigger than any bird we've ever seen. Then, as it flies over a building, an electrical fire erupts. Then the giant bird continues flying away. Many speculated this was a dragon or at least some unknown giant creature, and it actually caused the fire. And it is proven that this event was real, as the fire was captured from many other angles throughout the city. Take a look. How could this possibly be explained? The creature is even seen in some of the other closer videos, making us wonder what kinds of creatures really do roam this earth that we don't know about. This brand new chilling video was posted to Instagram on July 27th, 2024. It was taken when witnesses were walking along the side of a local road, and they suddenly noticed something very out of place. Right in the middle of the road is a creature they couldn't quite identify, and the weird thing is it's standing there still, almost as if it were frozen in time. However, we can see it moving slightly, proving whatever it is alive. It's a tannish-colored, emaciated creature. It almost looks like a dog with human characteristics. Its torso is too long to be a dog, and its head is too round and human-shaped. Online viewers began coming up with potential theories to try to explain the eerie clip. One of the theories was that this was a skinwalker. Skinwalkers are shape-shifting spirits that try to take the forms of humans and animals, but when they do, something always appears off. Maybe it was trying to camouflage itself as a dog, but it couldn't quite get the mannerisms and the look down, because in actuality it isn't a dog at all, it's a malevolent spirit. So if not a skinwalker, what could it be? A question that many people have, but no one has been able to answer. This is a very odd and disturbing video coming from Scotland. A woman set up a camera in this area to try to film a certain group of otters that had been seen in the area recently. Reportedly, she filmed this river for a very long time, placing the camera in different spots trying to capture these otters. Until eventually, in this clip here, she began to notice an eerie phenomenon. A few shadowy beings appear to the left in the trees. They're ever so slight, but if you pay close attention, you can see them. When we speed the footage up, it gives us a better look as well, since they're appearing and moving so slowly. Throughout the video, 3 different apparitions appear. The first one, we can see a woman in a white dress holding something. We can even see her arms move. The second one appears more green and small, and it seems to just be walking by. Then the last apparition, we see a similar looking woman as the first. But it seems she's holding a bow and arrow or something in her left hand. Because the ghostly apparitions are so dull and so far away, it's hard to say what they truly could be. However, it's clear to us that something paranormal is going on. And what makes it so convincing is the woman wasn't going out looking for something paranormal or supernatural. She was simply just trying to film some otters. She never expected to capture something like this. A girl named Valerie posted this terrifying clip on May 12, 2024. Reportedly, she awoke at around 4 a.m. to strange rustling and movement noises outside of her home. Spooked, she immediately checked the security cameras, and what she saw would haunt her for the rest of her life. A skinny, pale, humanoid creature crawls up the driveway. The way it crawls is so unnatural. It looks to be a woman-like figure, but it's extremely emaciated and naked. And look at its torso here, certainly too skinny to be a person. Valerie, shocked and horrified, she contacted the police, to which they alerted all the residents in the area to be on high alert and keep their doors locked at all times. Because who knows who or what this was. What makes this footage especially convincing is that Valerie doesn't upload anything scary on her TikTok page. This is her only video that she has ever uploaded like this, which shows us she wasn't looking for fame and that the clip is more than likely authentic. One of the leading theories in the comments was that the creature was a skinwalker, an evil witch spirit trying to disguise itself as a human to blend in. Or perhaps it's a different creature entirely. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments down below. This disturbing exclusive video was just posted on August 18th, 2024. This one comes from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. In my last video, I just did a segment on another very convincing Bigfoot sighting that came from Vancouver Island. So it seems this has been a so-called Bigfoot hotspot recently. But take a look at this video here by witnesses who were walking by this small body of water when they spotted a dark creature within. As they walked along the rocks and crossed the stream, this out-of-place creature caught their eye. It stands there rather still, maybe trying to blend in. Zooming in closer, it seems to have long black hair on its head. It looks very thin, and its arms are very long and skinny as well. Some say it's a proper statue or something because it doesn't seem to move. But it does move. We can see it change positions and put its head down in the last seconds of the clip. And this proves whatever it was alive. It's clear to us that this is not human, but what it is exactly, we don't know. Definitely a pretty chilling clip. This HD trail camera video is shocking the world, and it may just prove the existence of Bigfoot. The caption of the video states, "A man comes across a strange and out-of-place makeshift shelter made out of fallen trees and branches in the dense forest near Crescent Falls, Alberta, Canada." He inspects the site and is intrigued. He decides to leave a trail camera that takes live video footage strapped to a tree, aiming right at the shelter. He comes back the next day and retrieves the camera and takes a look at what it captured. And what he captured would change his life forever. The live footage camera catches an absolutely huge, hairy beast standing upright. The uploader called this creature the Kiwatan, a name given to the creature by locals. It's supposedly a close relative of the Sasquatch or Bigfoot. Kiwatan translates to forest beast, sometimes referred to as Kiwatan Wapiaway, which translates to forest beast of darkness. But just look at this footage. The trail camera captures the creature multiple different times, each time recording clear, up-close footage. The first clip here was captured at night, showing the creature just standing there beside its shelter. But the being appears twice more throughout the day, most likely unaware that a camera was watching its every move. Analyzing this shot, the Bigfoot-like creature completely towers over the shelter. Experts estimate the height to be around 8 to 9 feet tall. It has broad shoulders, a wide stature, a dome-shaped head, characteristics often linked to Bigfoot. Now this really does have to be some of the most convincing Bigfoot evidence ever. And once again, it comes from Canada. What the heck is up with Canada recently? This deeply chilling video comes from a while back, but has just been recently resurfacing and hasn't been seen by many at all. It was uploaded to YouTube with the caption, "Sounds of screaming coming from behind my house in the woods at around 2 a.m. December 2014. He lives on the edge of a forest in Virginia and is used to hearing strange noises coming from inside. But not like this. Take a look." Some believe she is calling out for her dad and yelling "Daddy," but others aren't sure. But we can tell whoever this was, she was certainly in distress. Some commenters also pointed out that you can hear an adult voice yelling, "Where are you?" But some don't hear it at all. What was going on out there in the woods? Most commenters believe the girl was being abducted by someone or something. However, the man who recorded this states that he checked the news for days afterwards trying to get some clarity, but he never found anything. He states this was only a few days after Christmas and it was midwinter and freezing outside with snow everywhere. Considering all of this, that it was 2 in the morning, it was midwinter, and it was far back into the woods, the man very well could have witnessed something horrifying that night. It's unknown if the uploader called the police, this wasn't stated anywhere, but it is believed he did. But what was happening out there that night is truly unknown, and it looks like it's gonna remain that way forever. This brand new Bigfoot photo was just released the other day on August 26th, 2024. All we know is that it was captured by a man named Leo A. Frank. Not much else was listed, but the photo itself is compelling enough. Seen as a giant ape-like creature. It almost looks like a gorilla, but something seems off about its face and overall build. We can see its eyes wide open, and its nose and mouth just look downright strange. Even though it's blurry, we can still make out that the face seems human-like. Here it is compared side by side to a gorilla. It's also believed to be taken in the US, which would definitely debunk the whole gorilla theory, because gorillas don't live in the US at all. Because the photo is so new and clear, I figured I would show you guys and get your guys' opinions. Did this camera actually capture a real Bigfoot? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. This shocking close encounter will make your palms sweat. It comes from a man named Wes Marshak. Wes and his friend were out hunting together, something they loved to do. They were camped up about 15 feet off the ground in their hunting blind. They were just sitting up there in the tree, a perfect spot for hunting. However, little did they know that they were going to be the ones being hunted. In the blink of an eye, what started out as a normal hunting trip took a grisly turn. 2 black bears run towards the tree and begin scaling it. The bear runs up and just sits there only feet away from them. Luckily, this bear was only curious and it left the humans alone. Even though the guys are laughing here in the video, you can tell they're freaked out. Luckily, after sitting up there for a while, the bear would scale back down the tree, leaving the humans unharmed as well as itself. And how the hell did it get up that tree so quick? These animals are crazy. The following mysterious video comes from Florida. It was taken in 2023. A man was on the shore overlooking the ocean. He was filming the scary-looking storm in the distance over the ocean when his video suddenly took a dark and unexpected turn.
Look behind you. Insane. Whoa, did you see that just shoot across? Did you?
It's hard to see at first, but a light shoots across the sky at a crazy speed. The caption reads 2,000 miles per hour. It's unknown if this is an accurate guess or not, but we can tell it's flying by at a tremendous speed. They slow the footage down and this is what they see. What could have caused this? Many are speculating this was something supernatural, but what exactly, they don't know. Others rely on scientific theories like ball lightning or something. But this doesn't appear to be ball-shaped like usual, and it's moving extremely fast. In other videos I've seen of ball lightning, it moves very slow and it's obvious to tell it's lightning. But this doesn't look like it at all. And you can tell the man was shocked and caught off guard and didn't know this was going to happen, based off of his genuine reaction. A very odd and creepy video was released recently, and it shows what looks to be a mutated goat. Take a look. You may think this is fake and somehow a prop or something, but I can assure you this is 100% real. This deformed goat is suffering from a phenomenon known as cyclopia. It's a very, very rare condition. The condition ranges in severity. Less severe cases, the animal or person looks like this and still has their two eyes, they're just very close together. But in a more severe case, the infected animal will only have one big eye. Cyclopia not only affects animals, but it has been known to affect humans as well. But if you're born with this condition, it's always fatal. The longest a baby with cyclopia has lived to was only 1 day old. And I'm not going to show any pictures of babies with cyclopia because it's very sad and scary. And this goat here in the video will likely not live long either with this condition. The condition results from extremely severe brain trauma while the mother is pregnant. It's not entirely known how exactly it happens, but it certainly is a very sad condition. But take a look at this other baby goat that has full cyclopia. Just like Cyclops monsters in the movies, it turns out they really do exist, just in a little bit of a different way than we would think. Bigfoot.
Do you see that?
A guy in Tennessee records this Sasquatch. Look at the arms on it. Look how long the arms are.
Oh man, I think I did do a clip on this. This just looks a little bit like a different angle. Look at the arms on that thing.
Arms on it. Look how long the arms are.
That's creepy, man.
Look.
You see it has like a white face? I don't know. See what people are saying in the comments. I've just accepted that Bigfoot is blurry. It's not the cameras, it's the Bigfoot. Yeah, dude, Bigfoot's, you see it in real life, it'd still be blurry. The following video shows a completely unexplainable phenomenon. It was posted to TikTok on August 13th, 2024 because the man wanted answers. Take a look.
I feel pounding under my feet. And listen. What the? It's coming from like under the ground. I can feel the vibrations in my feet. Like, what is that sound? It's coming from under the grass.
What could possibly cause something like this? Loud pounding and thumping noises can be heard coming from under the grass. And the thumps seem to be rather powerful, as he says he can feel the vibrations in his feet. Is there a certain animal that does this or something? I've never heard of it. I wanted to bring this one to your attention because I had no answers. So if you guys have any answers, as always, let us know in the comments. This trail cam footage here will catch you off guard. A man named Jack Allen Walters Jr. has a trail camera set up in his backyard. His trail camera specifically is one of the video taking ones. And one day he decided to check back on the video, and this is what he saw. Puzzled and confused at what could be covering it up, he went and checked on his camera. Instead of seeing maybe a leaf or stick or something like he was initially thinking, this is what he was met with. A big wood spider sitting right in front of the lens. If you don't like spiders, you're definitely not gonna like this one. But it seems this spider decided the lens of Jack's trail camera was a perfect spot to build a home. And that's where it got comfortable and made its web. But obviously it wouldn't stay for long. Let's just say when the trail camera owner set up his camera, this was probably one of the last things he expected to capture. The following video is very scary. A man named Daniel O'Neill with YouTube channel English Woodsman often films his camping adventures. He loves to hike far out into the wilderness and camp out and share his adventures with the world. He lives in the UK and has been posting these camping style videos for around 10 years. Most of his videos on his channel are just him reviewing gear and going camping. None of his videos were ever on the scary side until this one, posted in August of 2023. In this video, he goes camping in the woodlands near his home. Everything seems rather normal at first. For the first 20 minutes of the video, he ventures through the woods and talks to the camera, points out some areas, and eats some berries he's picked. Then he takes notice of all the trash that has been scattered throughout the area. He finds a good area to set up camp, so that's what he does. But first he sits down, has a snack, a drink, and talks to the camera. And this is when his innocent video would finally start to take a dark turn.
I want to be tired, and it's going to throw it down Friday night as well. And rain camping is... Hello?
Phantom footsteps are heard right beside him. The footsteps go on for a while, and he looks and looks but can't find anything that could have been causing these footsteps. People also point out that the steps sound distinctly human-like and repetitive. Also notice, right when Daniel yelled hello, that's when the steps stopped completely and seemed to disappear. If it were an animal or someone, you would hear them run off. Despite the eerie encounter, Daniel decides to stick it out, even though he's feeling uneasy. He continues cooking, but the noises start again.
There's that noise again now. Hello? You got to better hear that.
The faint footsteps return, making him even more uncomfortable. He sits down and finishes his dinner and doesn't want to be a quitter, so he gets ready for nightfall. But after the sun goes down and he lays down and tries to sleep, he hears the footsteps again.
I'm going to be honest, I can't stay here now. I want to be a wimp. I don't care if people call me a wimp in the comments. I'm too unsettled, but I'm leaving this spot.
He packs up his things and leaves, definitely the right choice. Camping out in the forest can be quite dangerous, especially if you're all alone. You never know what truly lurks out there in the darkness, and Daniel had to find out the hard way. He still doesn't know what to make of the encounter. Could it have somehow been a person stalking him, or was it something paranormal? Both chilling realizations. Taking a look at a paranormal trail camera capture, a man's trail camera was triggered at around 3 a.m. in the early hours of the morning, while he was out hunting. The trail camera was reportedly mounted in the woods just outside of Big Spring, Texas, heading towards Sterling City. The game camera was used to photograph deer for hunting. A deer feeder is set up right in front of the camera. This whole setup is commonly used by hunters to draw deer in and to make sure there are an abundance of them in their designated areas. But what he captured this morning was something he could have never imagined. A deer is seen, but so is an eerie-looking little girl, believed to be a paranormal image of a ghost child. The deer notices her as well, as it's seen staring right at her. She seems to be dressed in an old-timey robe or dress. She's just standing there staring right at the camera, a sight straight out of a horror movie. Take a look at the photo with the brightness and sharpness adjusted, enhancing the quality. The uploader speculates it could have been the ghost of a Native American child, or maybe even a pilgrim child from long ago. Definitely a creepy and convincing encounter. Taking a look at a crazy video that's been going viral, showing some of the fiercest creatures on the planet, hyenas and lions. At first, a big pack of hyenas begin attacking a lone lion, but it seems they bit off more than they could chew. At first, it seems the lion is going to lose. It's outnumbered by a lot and it's getting completely attacked by this ferocious pack. But then the other lions show up and scare the hyenas off almost immediately. A pack of hyenas are extremely powerful, but they're no match for a pack of lions. They all gather up and run away, unsuccessful in their attack. Hyenas are notorious for taking down prey much bigger than them. They'll often take down zebras, wildebeests, impala, and even buffaloes. Hyenas are extremely fast and powerful and almost impossible to defeat, especially when they're in big packs like this. Except if you're a lion, of course. But even though these are known creatures of the world, it doesn't make them any less scary. And they're some of the scariest and most dangerous creatures you could ever come across, landing them on today's list. The following video might be the clearest UFO video yet. I mean, these UFO videos are getting clearer and clearer, giving us some amazing evidence. This one was only uploaded a few months ago. Here it is. This was apparently captured by an airline passenger who looked out and was completely shocked at what he was seeing. The flight number and plane and where exactly this took place wasn't listed, but it seems they're flying over a snowy and mountainous region. But just take a look at this flying saucer. It's metallic and reflecting the sunlight, and it's able to move even faster than the plane. It pretty much just looks like a huge flying disc, an aircraft not of this world. I mean, this is the textbook UFO look. Because of how clear and close up this is, many are convinced this is real footage and real evidence of extraterrestrial life. But what do you think? This one here.
Check this video out, y'all.
This one here, I love this clip. I did a clip on this one before. I never knew where it was from. I think the location wasn't listed, but this account here, Cryptid University, says where it came from. It's some of the clearest footage of Bigfoot, so it's pretty interesting.
Check this video out, y'all. This Sasquatch was recorded in East Texas, on a trail cam.
Look at that thing, dude.
Seems to be a male.
Looks pretty real, like it's defined muscles, broad shoulders, the classic Bigfoot look. The way it moves its hand when it walks, it's kind of weird. It doesn't seem to have any fingers. I don't know, it's weird. I can't say if it's real or not, but it looks pretty cool. A woman named Bet was driving along minding her business this day when she saw a shadowy being appear into thin air in the woods beside. So she stopped the car, began filming and talking about her experience. What she captures is disturbing.
Talia, get over here. You see it? It just walks back and forth.
At first, she took the video and only shared it with her friend. She didn't have any intention of uploading the footage to the internet. But eventually, with pressuring from her friends and family, she would. Seen is a dark, shadowy silhouette circling about on the edge of the woods. Bet says the creature paces back and forth for hours without stopping. She states that even a month later, this phenomenon is still happening.
I mean, here we are a month and a half later and it's been still there. Just walks back and forth every day, all day. And as I walk up on it, there's just nothing there.
A shadowy entity walks back and forth over and over with no interruption. However, if anyone tries to get close to it, it disappears, only to come back again when they walk further away. It can only be seen from a distance. She films it on multiple occasions. Skeptics only have a few potential answers. The first one being that this is a shadow that is cast from somewhere, but this couldn't really be possible as the sun changes positions throughout the sky throughout the day, so it couldn't do this all day and night like she says. Another theory is that it's a person playing a prank, but why would they be out there doing this for months? And how do they have a shadowy appearance like that? The video is definitely a mystery that may prove the existence of the paranormal. The scary dashcam clip comes from Brisbane, Australia, specifically on Pineland Road in Sunnyback Hills in October of 2023. The video, initially shared on Facebook, is taking the world by storm, shocking people and showing viewers the reality of the crime in this world. Take a look. A man appears in front and walks into the left lane where the driver is driving. They then turn the car and slow down, attempting to go around the man, but he moves in front, blocking their path completely. Thinking fast on his feet, the driver then turns the car and pulls a quick U-turn, merging onto the opposite side of the road and driving away. It remains unknown what the man wanted and what he was doing in the road like that. It's believed it was some sort of carjacking attempt, but it could have been something even worse. Either way, it's still a shocking encounter regardless, an encounter that is concerning many. This incident is being investigated by the police, however, no further information has been released. Police warn residents and drivers in the area to remain alert and report any suspicious activity. Two friends were driving through a town very late at night. They were driving on a road infamous for being haunted. It's said that a woman in white can be seen walking these streets late at night. They knew of these rumors and they were recording just in case. And they didn't think they captured anything at all. However, upon closer inspection, after reviewing their footage, it turns out they did capture something. As they drove along, focused on the road in the front, in the left rearview mirror, something appears for a split second. It's hard to see at first, but when we zoom in and enhance the picture, a white, ghostish face is seen. The face of a woman. It's excessively pale with dark, sunken eyes and puckered lips, and it's looking right at them. Because these streets are said to be haunted, the drivers, along with spectators, believe this was the ghost who haunts the roads. Definitely an eerie clip for sure. What do you guys think about this one? The following video is deeply unsettling. It was released in February of 2024. The clip shows an eerie encounter a man had very late at night. An encounter freaking the internet out. The little girl's demeanor is straight up off-putting. And when we translate their conversation, it only gets more terrifying. According to Slapped Ham, the man first asks, "Where's your grave?" The little girl then points. He then says, "Do you need help?" She nods her head yes. Next, he asks how old she is, to which she holds up the number 3 with her hands. "Are your parents still alive?" "Yes," says the little girl. Because little background information is listed with this one, it's hard to say what exactly is going on. But it appears they're in a small village when this happened. Commenters try to come up with theories of their own, some stating she's a ghost, specifically a djinn, or that she's simply a lost little girl. All I can say is the video is the definition of unsettling. I stumbled upon these videos on TikTok the other day and knew I needed to share them with you guys. They come from a man named Camden Baker. Camden and his friends always like to go golfing together. Usually these golfing trips are rather normal. They play the course, then leave. But today they would have an unexpected visitor. Right on the tee box is a big black bear. It's just sitting there. And the best part is the boys play the course as if it's not even there, even spooking it with the loud sound of the driver hitting the ball. Such a crazy and legendary video. But it doesn't stop here.
Nah, all you.
I want to know where the heck they're playing, because how are there just bears all over the course? I've been to a couple courses where there are deer everywhere, but bears? Now this is definitely very dangerous, getting that close to bears like that. Bears are much faster than humans and so much more powerful, but luckily these ones seem to be more docile and unbothered by the humans. These guys here are risking their lives for some crazy videos. But hey, I love the videos, but I have to say, be careful. This quick clip shows a creature that is not often caught by trail cameras and security cameras. A bat. It seems the bat is intrigued by the camera because it keeps flying right up to it. Bats are usually pretty harmless, but vampire bats are the ones you need to look out for. But I thought this was a pretty cool capture here, and I figured you all would as well. Check out this still shot. I hope you enjoyed this clip, and I hope you enjoyed all of today's clips. Taking a look at one of the scariest dashcam clips yet. It was taken by a mother named Vanessa Donay. Vanessa was 24 years old with a 2-year-old daughter. She and her daughter were sitting in her mother's car awaiting her return from a business meeting. They were sitting in the back seats of the car parked in the parking lot of a local business center in Windsor, Canada, on the afternoon of November 21st, 2018, when the incident would take place. While waiting, eventually Vanessa would take notice of a, quote, suspicious-looking man who walked by and peered at the car. Not long after, the man would turn back around and briskly walk towards their car. Watch what happens next. The man opens the passenger door and nonchalantly enters the vehicle. Vanessa was completely shocked and caught off guard and screams at the man. Since the dash cam only faces forwards, it didn't catch what happened next. But Vanessa said the man looked at her and smiled at her creepily. Then he closed the door, then walked back to his truck and drove away. She then reported what happened to the police and also posted the video to Facebook. Many people who watched the video speculated that the man saw her daughter in the car but didn't see her, and that he was attempting to abduct her. However, others theorized that he didn't actually see anyone at all, and that he saw this as an easy car to steal. But if this is the case, why would he hop in the passenger seat and not the driver's seat? So anyways, after this report, Windsor police were on high alert, looking for the suspect. and it would only take them 3 days to find him. He was seen driving around and entering a parking lot near the local business center where this incident took place. He exited his car, and this is when police approached him, apprehended him, and took him into custody. The man's name was Corey Oikel. He was 38, and this definitely wasn't his first incident of this nature. It turns out he was driving a stolen vehicle. Not only was his vehicle stolen, but there were a lot of stolen items found in his car and also receipts for fraudulent purchases he had made. Authorities were able to piece together a lot of information and connect him to a string of other crimes that had been committed in the area. He was ultimately charged with 3 counts of theft, 4 counts of possession of stolen property, 2 counts of assault, theft of a motor vehicle, attempted theft of a motor vehicle, theft of mail, and fraud. With charges like this was definitely a dangerous man. So luckily Vanessa was able to scare him away. Because even if he was just attempting to steal another car, who knows what he was truly capable of. And it's a good thing they didn't have to find out. This terrifying dashcam video was taken on April 26, 2024 in Lincoln, Nebraska. The video captures extremely close-up footage of a tornado that rips through a local building. And when I say up-close footage, I mean extremely up close. You can see the tornado just rips through the massive building with ease, ripping it completely to shreds. The tornado was recorded to be an EF3, with wind speeds reaching 158 miles per hour. The tornado touched down and trekked on for 8.6 miles, Lincoln, Nebraska included in this path. This is just a horrifying demonstration of how powerful and ruthless nature can be. The power of tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, and other natural disasters are insane, and they take the lives of many each year. This is why we should always be prepared for these natural disasters, so we have the best shot at survival. But luckily, whoever was in the car, they survived and stayed just outside of the path of the tornado. An extremely close call, landing it on today's list. Sticking with the theme of close calls, it doesn't get much closer than this. On October 27th, 2021, a man was driving home on a remote highway late one night, when suddenly this happened. An animal runs out right in front of the car, even striking the side of it. The car slides out, losing control momentarily. But luckily, he was able to gain control back and slowly come to a stop on the shoulder. The man's reaction shows he was completely caught off guard. The caption of this video reads, "This is why I never drive at night," and I can't say I blame him. And this is just a prime example of why we should always stay alert when driving. Deer are notorious for jumping out in front of cars like this when they're startled by their headlights. So if you take anything away from today's video, it would be to always stay alert when driving, because you never know what could happen next and what lurks in the darkness. Taking a look at a horrifying piece of footage taken by some explorers on July 29th, 2024. These friends were out exploring their local woods late at night. They walked along the trails and enjoyed the spooky environment, but they eventually noticed someone walking on the trail across from them. They were holding a flashlight and they got closer and closer until...
Hello? Hello? What the Hey!
One of the guys calls out hello, but she doesn't respond. She then rushes towards them, raising up some sort of weapon in her hand. This is when they sprint away, narrowly escaping the deranged woman. What was the woman doing out there so late? Why was she wearing a creepy white dress wielding a weapon? Could she potentially be a serial killer or some crazy lady who tries to hurt people in the woods? Or could it even be something supernatural? Perhaps she's possessed or she's even a ghost herself. Regardless of which theory is correct, the encounter is bone-chilling. Chilling enough to keep the explorers out of the woods for the rest of their lives. But luckily they escaped with their lives. Brand new footage from Brazil is making waves throughout social media right now. It was just highlighted on Instagram on August 2nd. The infamous footage is being called the clearest UFO sighting in history. Take a look. The video shows a silver saucer-shaped object ripping through the sky. It flies rather straight and seems to slightly shift shapes as the video goes on. The man has a video camera that is able to zoom in very far and capture this captivating footage. You can see he shows the cars and traffic below, and then he zooms in on the UFO. No earthly craft looks like this, so what could it be? It even has the trademarked UFO saucer shape. The footage was taken by witness Zona Desconhecida, specifically in Curitiba, Brazil. The caption also states that the craft has some sort of landing gear that disappears later in the video. Definitely some of the most convincing UFO footage we've ever seen. The following horrifying trail cam video was released on April 2nd, 2024. The trail camera was set up to face the river in Namor after many locals said they saw spirits in the water. Also, according to the uploader, the river has a chilling history. Over time, many have lost their lives in and around the river, and this is why it's believed to be haunted. Here is what the trail camera right on the shore captured. Some sort of creatures slightly emerge their heads from beneath the water. At some points, we can even see the eyes on the creatures reflect. They just slowly swim around with their long straggly hair covering most of their face and head. And their pale white skin is slightly seen beneath. What could these beings possibly be? Most hypothesize, since the river has a dark past, that these are paranormal manifestations of the lives lost. Or a scarier thought, these creatures could actually be responsible for all of the disappearances and deaths. Perhaps the land is cursed and these are skinwalkers, or possibly even other evil entities that prey upon humans. What they truly are, we may never know, but it's probably best it stays that way. Now, if you've watched my channel a lot, you know I often like to end my videos with nature clips that showcase the scary known creatures of this world. And one of my favorite scary known creatures is the moose. They're super underrated and not often looked at as scary, but I'm telling you, these things are terrifying. Their size is what sets them apart. They often grow up to around 6 feet at the shoulder, and they get up to around 1,600 pounds. The largest moose ever recorded was shot way back in 1897. It weighed a staggering 1,808 pounds and it stood up to an astonishing 7.6 feet tall at the shoulder. Just imagine this behemoth creature bulldozing right towards you. That's what makes them so scary. Sometimes they can get very angry, and if they run towards you and trample you, it's all over. And the craziest part is that they can run up to 35 miles per hour. Just think about that. Their extreme size, strength, and speed is what makes them one of the biggest and baddest creatures on this planet.
You don't like Alex?
You don't like Alex?
Bubbling.
Is this the size you get it?
Oh yeah. Steve Irwin, you need us.
Alright, I think it's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, go ahead and smash the like button, Mom. Let's aim for 2,000 likes for another one of these scary trail camera videos. And be sure to subscribe to the channel because only 14% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed. And be sure to hit that bell as well so you don't miss when I upload. And also feel free to check out my special Maximum Fear merchandise and coffee mugs. They're in the description down below. Also feel free to check out my new second channel, More Maximum Fear, where I post other content. Alright, I hope your fear was maximized. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.